So good morning, everyone. Welcome to Namaste. I love opening in quiet with our hearts awake, remembering, not just intellectually, but to know and to feel that there's only one reason for us to be here still. And if you're just lingering for other reasons, maybe open your eyes a little wider and see what's happening here. What this world is that you created in your imagination to hide from the reality of you. Open your eyes a little bit wider to see what's happening, maybe down the street, maybe on the other side of the world. And know that the key to the release of all of it is within you. You can choose this moment to release it all. Every starving child, every disease, every sickness, everything. Don't think that you don't have the power to do that, because not only do you, but you did. You did it already. But for some reason, that mind that wants to spin in separation chooses to keep living this over and over, stretching out time, stretching it out so that it seems like a very long time when really it was just an instant. The instant of your separation and the instant of your release are the same instant. But if we keep our eyes closed and stretch out time so that it seems like a linear stretch or line, and we keep living this over and over and over again, we keep imagining all the different ways we can separate from the inseparable. And the only message that you're ever hearing is that that's impossible. You can't do it, no matter how hard you try. So open your eyes and see. One of the things I would love for you to see is something that, in a couple of weeks probably, is going to be behind me here. I'll show it to you. We have an amazing local artist who's going to be sharing this beautiful picture, painting this beautiful picture of old Ahihic. You can see the steeple, you can see the lake and the mountains, and maybe what it looked like walking down the street toward the lake. Isn't that beautiful? We just got that this morning. So we're going to be seeing that as we choose to see that which has always been seen. How does that sound? That's what we're here to do. To see that which has always been seen rather than doing what we have been, which is to not see, to close our eyes, even though what has always been seen is right in front of us. And we can sit here and we can listen to this over and let me stop the share. We can listen to this message over and over and over again if we want, or you can just choose right now to see it. Open your eyes and see what has always been seen. And the only thing that has always been seen is you. And you. That's it. The truth of you. That which you refuse to see. Why? Why would we keep doing that? And then playing the game of the illusion of spiritual growth, where we read books and think that there's a process somewhere, and maybe one day I'll get this, but one day never comes, because one day is right now. This is it. So there does come a moment when you have to get sick and tired of it. And just say, I don't care anymore, like we said yesterday. I don't care anymore about playing this silly game. I choose to remember and to know and to share that I am and will always remain exactly as I was created by God. That's it. That's the only choice that needs to be made. I am that right now. I need do nothing but open up my eyes and see what has always been seen. I don't know what that was, or someone has their phone set to go doing, doing. You guys on the Zoom group probably didn't hear, but we did. Doing, doing. It's actually perfect. It's that's what we do to distract ourselves. We play Looney Tunes sounds. Doing. We set our phones so that when the alarm goes off, we hear the doing. There it is again. Is that you, Diane?
Yeah. There's a bit of history in this. This is the sound that I used to play for Penny when she was here, and every time she heard it, she would jump.
Oh, Diane was saying that that's the sound that she used to always play for my granddaughter when she was here because it made her happy. Okay, you can continue to play it if you want. It's all right. Let's just set our alarms for, I don't know, what would be a better choice that would just, maybe just the words, wake up, stop it. What are you doing? Stop doing this to yourself. My goodness, this is getting ridiculous. Keep doing over and over again. All right, I think I got off track. I'm going to share the screen so we can see this lesson for the day. All right. So, today's master teacher within. The voice you hear is but your own. Don't forget that. There's nothing outside of you, no one telling you anything that you don't already know and that you haven't always been telling yourself. So here it is. All time is going on all the time. But your need to draw time out into what appears to be a long time is the only thing that keeps you here. You drawing out time instead of living within that holy instant when you were already released. That's the only thing that's keeping you here. Once again, as Bob Newhart would say, what, everybody? Stop it. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those sessions. Okay. There's no such thing as a long amount of time, because that would mean that there's also a short amount of time. There is no difference at all in the mind of God. And that means that there's no difference at all. A long amount of time would have to be better than a short amount of time, or the other way around, depending on your point of view. It's you thinking that you need a point of view that keeps getting you in trouble. It's you thinking you need to have a point of view, a separate point of view, different from that point of view or that point of view. That's what keeps getting you in trouble. Give up needing to have a specific point of view, and you'll realize all point of views in the same instant. When you give that up, when you give up that need to be individualized and to see through individual eyes. Ooh, that was good. When you see if I can say it again, someone write it down. When you give up the need to be individualized and see through individual eyes, you see everything at once. Okay, that's all I'm trying to teach. And it's the only thing you need to learn. Give up your limited point of view and enter into God's unlimited point of view. God sees all in all. God's point of view is everywhere at the same time, yet it is also focused on the smallest atom or the tiniest grain of sand. How is it possible for both to be true? The whole universe is contained within the smallest atom and the tiniest grain of sand, and it's also contained within you. Those who have eyes to see will see, and the moment you choose to open your spiritual eyes, will be the same moment you are seen. The moment you choose to open up your spiritual eyes is the same moment that you will be seen. Isn't that amazing? Because aren't you only seeing the truth of who you are, reflected in and through and as everyone that you see? You're only seeing yourself. Who else is there to see? So once again, the moment you give up the need to individualize and see through your individual eyes will be the same moment you see everything. Everything at once, contained within the smallest thing, contained within everything. It's really quite simple. You just have to really want it. I can't think of any other way to say that. You have to have a single desire to allow what has always been true to be true in your mind, rather than trying to make something else true that has never been true, could never be true. That you could individualize and see through individual eyes. So, last night I sent a text to Vicky saying, every day someone comes up to me and says, when is Vicky coming to Namaste? When is she coming back? So we're going to just keep that on full steam so that she shows up. So Vicky, what do you have to say about that?
Oh, Jimmy, I have so much to say today, but I'll keep it short. And I went to sleep joining with everyone, specifically at Namaste, and in our Zoom and our 2:00 call, joined with our whole family, because I figure, well, awake or asleep, we travel in that etheric body or whatever it is, because joining is always immediate and doesn't depend on geography or bodies. So thank you, everybody, for the invitation. But this is what I have to say. You know how you said there's that one word, boing? Today it was boing in Namaste.
Boing.
Boing. Well, the word that has been coming to me is thank you. Thank you. You know, thank you. When I want to see God, all I have to do is open my eyes to the brother in front of me, no matter who it is. But in looking at whoever, or whether it's a leaf or a flower or a tree, but especially when it's our brother, and it's because you sent me that text last night. Thank you, because I see God in each face, each one of you. And I rejoice because our intention is to only do that, to awaken to that whole presence of God within ourselves, and then let it be everyone's vision. We're in time and in space. But then I was reading, I'm going to show you this little book. This is a book, Wisdom from Beyond. And I don't know if you remember it, Jimmy, but this is another book that Teddy published from a dear friend of ours, Connie, who could very easily converse with souls who had been departed. Well, Connie became a very dear friend of mine, and now since I watched her go through a conscious transition, like Claire, and she literally laid her body down beautifully, rejoicingly. But in the meantime, she had written this book, and it's messages from beyond, from souls like Jesus, who have one essential message to give. And before I was talking to you, now you would know I would love a book where people don't just channel St. Teresa and St. Francis, but they channel Walt Disney. Baraka, you would like this. Walt Disney, Fred Astaire, Ella Fitzgerald. So I was like overjoyed. So I won't read all of it, but what I will tell you is that, like, here's Walt Disney, and she only puts a page for the essence of the message. And what happens is you go through this, and there are many, Pope Francis, Pope John. She has a lot of people that we recognize as having been Christed. But the essence of the message for Walt Disney was curiosity. His message, the word. And what is that except wonder? Look with wonder at everything, and you'll find God. This one I really like. Fred Astaire. I love Fred Astaire. I love the dancing. What's his word? flexibility, move with the flow. Dear God, what is your way? I'll go your way.
Uh-oh.
Whatever it is. Anyway, but underneath all of it, and this is the truth, the natural response when you put up that beautiful drawing that your friend did, didn't everyone's heart just and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me what's already there that I didn't see, even on this very physical level. That feeling of thank you is the opening and the fulfillment of the longing, because thank you is I'm receiving it. Thank you is I do see it. Thank you that I'm full and blessed in it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the word I would give you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And anyone that wants a book, hold on, just go to Teddy something, Facebook, and write in your address and we'll send you a book. She left us all her books. We have thousands of them and we are so happy to share them. So we'll send anyone a coffee that wants one. That's my commercial, okay.
Wow, that's a good one. Thank you, Vicki. I just love, this is why we're so blessed to have you with us, because you just exude joy and light.
Thanks,
and
it's that
gratitude.
champagne. Yes, gratitude. Thank you.
You're the bubbling champagne.
Yep.
I assume Teddy's right upstairs because I can see you're down.
He's right there. Yeah.
Teddy, you want to share anything?
I don't know. Connie did another book, a kid's book, and I was thinking about it last night, and it was really made for an adult to read to a child. It's called The Most Important Question. And a young girl asked Einstein what the most important question is. And he comes up with his question: is the universe a friendly place or not? That's the most important question. Is the universe a friendly place or not? Yeah, so we have a ton of Connie's books. We have a bunch of other books too. But anybody who wants them, just let us know. We Connie did a great job writing them and designing them. She was an artist too. But she just didn't want to go out on the road and sell them. she didn't want to do anything with the books. But they're very good. Some of the stuff that she comes up with. As a matter of fact, I was on. It was Gandhi, I think. There's something that she says Gandhi says that just recently came out as almost an exact quote from him, but this was her channeling him. So it was just interesting when I heard that recently, how right on she was back in the day. So yeah, they're interesting and they're good reading, and they keep your mind where they're supposed to be. That's all I can say.
So Teddy, how would you answer that question? Is the universe a friendly place?
The truth of the matter is, you'd have to ask yourself. To me, it's a friendly place if you're look at Vicki. The universe is a friendly place because she is what love is. Exactly. So she finds the universe to be quite friendly. There have been moments in my life where it didn't seem so friendly. But when you just don't judge in the immediacy of an event and you wait to see what actually turns out from it, it turns out to be a friendly universe. I mean, there was a point in time when I wound up in jail and, I was in a strange cell. And when they took me out of the cell for a minute and they brought me back into the cell, there was an Oriental guy who had been in deep trouble only because his question was he had an experience of truth and he had no idea what to do with it. Now, how I found myself in the same cell as this guy, where all we did was talk about this to help him understand the experience he had, I have no idea. But so is the universe a friendly place? It's always working to our advantage for God's purpose. Seeing that is another thing. Works out, and we're back to where we never left. It's like you're saying, only the time we take it, and the miracle shortens the need for time. So miraculously, the universe does become a friendly place, and because it's connected to, if we're friendly, it's friendly. If we are not, if and in that sense, it's always friendly. You're always getting exactly what you want, even if you want crap. So it's giving you the crap you want. So it's got to be friendly. So
Oh, good point.
right,
It always gives you what you ask for.
exactly. So it can't not be friendly. If what you're whether you see that as friendly or not is another thing. But when you do, and you see that you're getting the result of your own thinking, which is all Jesus really wants you to get to at some point, because then you can say, oh, wait a second, what do I really want? And then you can begin to think along those lines rather than haphazardly getting, mixed results.
Well, this is the impersonal nature of God that we've been talking about all along, isn't it? That God is not this personalized, and we've been using words like that all day, individualized deity up in the clouds. I was thinking this morning, how many of you, when you're on your computer and you send something up to the cloud, because it's be there off your computer, safe, you can pull it down later if you want, how many of you think that there is actually a literal cloud up in the sky somewhere, and that's where it's all stored? Probably, I hope none of you. I mean, that would be sad if you thought that. But how many people, because they saw a picture, a painting from medieval times of an angel or a god with cloud, how many people in the world think that literally heaven is in the clouds? A lot of them. A lot of them think that. And they miss the fact that Teddy was just explaining. It's all impersonal. God is always giving you what you ask for. And in that case, in that sense, is completely friendly. It doesn't give you only what is quote unquote good, but what you ask. And if you ask for, as I'm just paraphrasing him or quoting him, crap, uh, that's what you get. You could be in a prison cell, you could be in a war zone. I've been in many war zones where all I met were friendly people. Or you're hanging out with Vicky downstairs in the kitchen. You're gonna meet a lot of friendly people if you hang out down there, trust me. So I love this. You always get what you ask for. And then in that case, it's very friendly. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you, Vicky.
Well, another good way to look at it is if that's always true, then by what you're getting, you can learn what you're asking for. Because we lie to ourselves. We think we want something good, but deep down inside, we're not really so sure. So by what we're getting, we can see what we were asking for. And, that's the reversal of temporal order, and it helps us to see. And, Jesus describes God. God is the mind with which I think. It's not like you're saying, it's not like this big thing in the sky somewhere else. God is the mind with which we think. And so we begin to get an understanding in an entirely different way. It's totally personal, yet it's not like a man in the sky. It's like it is the mind with which we think, and that's very personal to us. But
Yeah.
it's not like a being someplace outside watching us manipulating things. That's us.
I like that as well. It's completely impersonal and totally personal, all at the same time. How is such a thing possible? I don't know. I don't need to know. I just need to say yes. It makes sense. I feel it. Okay. Thanks, guys.